What is up, YouTube? This is Brian from Team Boardwipe here with our speed duel captain,
Joe Sullivan.
Nice. What do we do this weekend?
Well, I won an speed duel side event with a new deck in a brand new format for speed duels.
Look at that mat. That mat's kind of sick, actually.
Yeah, speed duels got some really good mats. It's got some really fun prizing, and it was a great event this weekend. Other than the fact that the side events were a little rocky.
True.
True.
All right, what's the deck?
Okay, so I call this deck Big Bug. It's a combination of two popular speed duel decks that I think is sort of now playable in the new meta. The skill is Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. In speed duel, you start with a skill that is flipped face down, so you can only see what character is on it, and there's different skills for each character, so you don't 100% know what it is, but you have a good idea. And this skill allows you to tribute any insect monster on the field to summon one from your deck, regardless of summoning conditions. And it also lets you shuffle an insect from your graveyard into your deck to draw one card. And both those skills can be used once per duel. This is one of the more powerful skills in speed duel at the moment. Let's get into the main deck. So these are the monsters that you're going to be summoning off the skill. Traditionally, you would use Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, but because of the new ban list, it's less than ideal to continue using Perfect Ultimate Great Moth. So I opted for Metal Armored Bug, and I'll kind of show you guys why as we go through this. The other main part of this deck is the Giant Rat. Giant Rat's a recruiter that lets you go into several different options. Those options being Gokipon, Pinch Hopper, and Exploder Dragon. And they each have their own reason. Explorer Dragon for dealing with big monsters, Pinch Hopper for getting Metal Armored Bug out of your hand if you draw it, and Gokipon for getting to Paranoid, which is the main synergy with our skill. It's a hand trap that allows you to equip it to any monster on your opponent's side of the field, and it becomes an insect type monster. So that allows you to tribute their monsters to summon a big monster from your deck, which is a big tempo swing. Now, Gokipon also can get you into Golden Ladybug, which gives you life points every turn, which is really good in speed duels where there's a lot of burn in the meta. There's also Zombina. Zombina lets you, when it's destroyed by opponent's card effect, summon a monster from your graveyard. So this whole deck is kind of a stalling deck. There's also 3 Man-Eater Bugs and 1 Jinzo. Man-Eater Bug is just a bug that's also removal, so it allows you to shuffle it in to draw. And Jinzo is really just game in this format if you manage to summon it. It's a pretty slow format, so it isn't too hard, even without inherent synergies with any sort of monsters that are going to allow you to summon it on turn 1. For the spells, played 3 Book of Moon. For the traps, 3 Floodgate Trap Hole, 3 Wabaku, and 3 Widespread Ruin. Now, Floodgate Trap Hole is probably the best trap in Speed Duel right now that isn't on any sort of ban list. Speed Duel has a Duel Link style ban list, so there's groups of cards that you can choose 1 of, groups of cards that you can choose 2 of, and groups of cards you can choose 3 of. Jinzo is my 1 of, Book of Moon is my 3 of, and my 2 of is 1 Parasite Paranoid and the skill Cocoon of Ultra Evolution.
How many cards in the main deck?
In the main deck, I think it's like 27 cards. Being a stall deck, in Speed Duel you play between 20 and 30 cards. And being a stall deck, it's okay to go over that amount if you have like enough cards in your deck that are going to allow you to sort of live from turn to turn. And I think I've won 2 of my games by deck out. Once against Volcanics, where I Floodgate Trapped Hold both their big monsters, they didn't have any threats left, and once against Cyber Angel, where I floodgated both of their Izanas, so they didn't have any big monsters left, no threats, and they just ended in deck out. The extra deck is not relevant, but there is Waking the Dragons in this format, so you always have to play a 6-card extra deck, so your opponent assumes that you might be on Waking, and especially right now, it's really prevalent. And these are the good 6 to play if you do have Waking. Blood Golem Dragon, you can summon under Heatwave. Ojama King, you can summon if your opponent doesn't have any monsters on their field. And there's only 3 zones in Speed Duels, so they essentially can't play the game. Ryu Senshin negates normal traps, that's great. Arcanine Joker can negate any kind of spell, monster, trap if you discard 1. Thousand Eyes Restrict for removal, and Cyber Dragon just to end games. You only have 4,000 life points in Speed Duel. And the side deck I chose was 3 Dust Tornadoes, 2 Possessed Dark Soul, and 1 Ancient Gear Beast. Ancient Gear Beast is a great monster to summon against decks like mine or Ratbox, where they have recruiters and monsters that have effects that trigger when they're destroyed. And it also makes your opponent can't activate spells or traps in response to attacks, which are really big right now. Dust Tornado is good against a lot of different decks. The format has gone very spell and trap card heavy. And Possessed Dark Soul is a specific counter to a direct attack level 3 monster deck that's very strong right now. So what it allows you to do is tribute itself to take control of all level 3 or lower monsters your opponent controls, so that's permanent. And that's pretty much a game if you can manage to resolve that effect against that deck.
Nice. Any shout outs?
Oh, a shout out to the sponsors, TGG, VGC, and a Rising Star.
God, yes.
And obviously Team Board Wipe.
Yeah, shout out to the person who went in front of you in line to get the silver coin so you could pull 2 secrets and this gold beauty right here.
Yeah.
Reg. Good shit. Thanks.